Okay, VOD review. VOD review time. Will you be uploading YouTube videos for your Unranked to Immortal? For those of us who can't always watch the stream, yeah, everything is gonna be uploaded. And also on my Discord server, if you're a Twitch subscriber, YouTube member, if you are a Discord sub, you will have access to my private playbooks for every agent. Like, I'm gonna make in-depth playbooks, how to play that agent on every single map, what you want to avoid in solo queue, what you want to do, what type of problems you want to fix, which strategies and tactics you want to primarily abuse. Like, everything is gonna be documented. And also on YouTube, you're gonna get, like, you know, something similar what Mr. Lowlander is doing, just, you know, high elo stuff that actually works. Okay, Reyna VOD review. Let me get it. So who is on the table today? On the table is Not Funny, Gold Reyna on Haven. Let's find the VOD on my Discord server. Not Funny, Gold Reyna. Here is his tracker. Let's see the tracker. There's the tracker, and the video is right here, Baba Booey. Okay, 31 minutes VOD. Great. Great. Okay. Ooh, nice win rate, actually. For a gold player in this act, this ain't bad. What rank is Mr. Lowlander? Probably like Immortal 1 Ascendant, like, judging from his mechanical skill and judging from his gameplay, I think, like, he maybe reached Immortal or something. He's a good guy, you know. And some of the tips and tricks that he is giving are good. You know, a great way to, you know, expand your game knowledge. But I want to really showcase you how to apply all of that in the game and what actually works in solo queue, like what you want to abuse. I mean, I reached Radiant 20 times. Like, who else are you gonna listen? Like, and one reason why I think that my coaching is, you know, I never say that I'm the best coach. That there's no best coach in the game. Like, literally, like, every coach is teaching in a different way, blah, blah, blah. But one of the reasons why I really feel that my content is more valuable, let's call it like that, is because my aim is nothing. Dust, basically, like compared to average Radiant players. Like, on a scale of mechanics, for a Radiant player, I'm at the bottom. Like, I'm at the bottom, you know, 10% of Radiant players when it comes to the aim. My aim is better than an average Immortal player, but, you know, I'm never getting Radiant based on aim. Everything is about, you know, strategies, tactics, team play, understanding the maps, etc, etc. Now, let's talk about this dude here. So, what do you think of Wukujin? I coached Wukujin, like, for 2 months, when he was bronze, and I'm gonna show you right now, just a second. Players progress, right here. Like, I coached Wukujin for 2 months. No, this is Murky. Where's Woohoo? Here. Like, I coached him for 2 months. We did 2-month coaching with him. We started in 2020, and he was bronze 2, bronze 3 hardstuck. And then, like, he got to Immortal. Then we did another month of coaching, and then he got Radiant for the first and only time, I think, like, in August 2021. Generally speaking, 80% of stuff that he is posting on YouTube and that he is teaching you, I do agree with, but there is 20% of stuff that will never fucking work in solo queue. Like, I don't know how coaches don't really, like, I don't know, they just don't play the game. You know, you cannot coach the players if you're not actually playing the fucking game. Like, I've completed so many different challenges, so many different roads, so many different, like, play styles. Like, I cannot suggest the players in solo queue to follow the VCT pro player strategies, to tell them to buy a Lightshield and Vandal every round. What the fuck? You're playing with a Monkey 69, with a Gorilla 55, with a Pussy Slayer 75, and Jet that is called I Miss Her. You think you can use the Harbor Viper setup on Pearl and win the games with those people? Not really, trust me. Best agents to solo queue. Number 1 is always gonna be Jet. Jet is like a fucking machine. Number 2, Omen. Especially if you're below Immortal 3, Omen will expand your game knowledge and your playstyle to such a high degrees. And number 3 spot is Split. Like we have Raze, Phoenix, Neon, Yoru, Breach, Fade. All of these agents are great. Like Gecko, even like Brimstone is not bad. Like you know, would you say that Wuhujin has more knowledge than you? Esports knowledge maybe, but solo queue knowledge, nope. I think a lot of people don't realize how different pro play is from solo queue. That is a huge problem in ranked environment, like especially for the players that are below Immortal 3. Like you're watching the Radiant and pro players 24/7. You're watching TenZ, you're watching Scream, you're watching, you know, NRG versus Loud, Sentinels versus Loud, and you're trying to replicate what these players are doing in your Ascendant lobbies. You know, it's not gonna be fun for you to grind. You're gonna be hard stuff for a very long time. Next tech, there are going to be tournaments 2 times a week, so his info might finally be useful at Charlatan. These Ascension leagues, you know, like that tournament mode. Don't put high expectations if you're below Radiant. Like, if you're below Radiant, like, play it for fun. If something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you know, don't put high expectations. Like, you know how many good teams are out there that are not signed, and players that have been playing this game for 3 years. Like, you know, assemble the team of your friends, like, try to learn something new, try to play with against the better players than you are, try to learn something new. You're already, like this, you're already improving. Is Marved good? I never watched Marved. Like, from these pro players, like, I don't know, I watched a few of them. Okay, let's talk about the guy that we are doing a VOD review today. So the guy won a free VOD review. He's a gold Reyna main. Bro, his win rate with Reyna is really... Why the fuck you play Cypher? Like, you know, like my dude has like 57% win rate with Reyna, 65% win rate with Killjoy. If something already works for you, abuse it. Yo, J Neil, thank you for the sub, baby, and Amadora. Thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos. Listen, if something already works for you in solo queue, if something already works for you in solo queue, keep abusing it. You know, like if you already have such a high win rate with Reyna and Killjoy, fuck anything else. His agent... Legion! Bro! Thank you a lot, man. Thank you a lot, man. Thank you a lot, bro. Thank you a lot. My G, man. My fucking G. Okay. So, the moral of the story is, when you're this low in Valorant ranked solo queue, you don't want to switch your playstyle way too often. You want to play what you're comfortable on, what you have fun with, and also like, you know, what already works for you. If already, you know, you're having such a high win rate with Reyna, Killjoy, Sage, end of the story. With Omen, you have 100% win rate. Like, you played 2 games, but you performed really, really well. Why the hell would you play Cypher, play, you know, Jet, play Breach, play Gecko, etc., etc.? Like, always, like, when you're trying to grind ranked in some game, you want to see what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. You want to play on your strengths and try to fix your weaknesses, you know, along the way. If I was you, I would just be playing Reyna, Killjoy, Sage, and Omen, and just spamming these 4 agents depending on the map that I'm playing. Now, generally speaking, I usually recommend to players, once you escape the gold elo, if you're a Reyna main, it's better to main Phoenix. Like, because when you come into high Immortal 3 lobbies and Radiant lobbies, unless you have some exceptional aim, and you have 14% headshot, you have 90% headshot with Vandal and 50% headshot with Phantom, you won't have a very fun time like playing Reyna. Phoenix is much more adaptive agent that can, you know, be used in various different scenarios, like, effectively. Reyna is, you know, you hit or miss. And when I say hit or miss, like, I'm primarily mean you're gonna hit or miss the enemies. Like, now, when it comes to the guns that you're using, like, and your stats here, not bad. In semi-rounds, you can definitely have a bit more impact. Like, in the semi-rounds, probably instead of playing Sheriff and Spectre, you can play a bit more Stinger, a bit more Bulldog, like, and some more consistent weapons. And your headshot percentage is definitely abysmal. For a gold player, this is quite normal, but you need to work on your mechanics. Like, you know, having a headshot percentage that is below, let's say, 24%, 23% is not good. Like, you need to get it at least at the level of 25%, no matter at which rank you are. Even if you're Radiant, Silver, Iron, like, that is the first step for you, like, when it comes to the mechanical skill. Like, being a bit more patient with your shots, going for the one-taps, for the burst fires, etc., etc. Better crosshair placement, all of that good stuff. Shorty, you should definitely use a lot more. Like, you need to pick at the Shorty as a secondary weapon. No matter which agent you're playing, Shorty is a busted weapon that will get you out of various different scenarios. And one thing that I'm really sad about is that a lot of times what happens for me, like, is I do some strategies and tactics before anyone else, and I don't make the, you know, the YouTube video about this, and then I see the pro players are abusing these strategies like 2 years later. You know, like, I mean, I was using the Shorty from literally close beta as my primary secondary weapon. Like, you know, the weapon is just busted. Like, also, like, the Stinger. Bro, like, as soon as I realized Stinger is fucking machine weapon, I run to Radiant with Stinger. Easy. Easy, bro. Now, when it comes to these stats here, everything as per usual for a gold player. Mechanics needs to be improved. And the win rate is going to fluctuate because you're switching the agents quite a lot. Like, for an example, on Split, okay. On Split, you're playing Reyna as well. And you have 6-0 on Split. 8-5 with Sage. Sage is very important on Split. Like, basically, Sage and Killjoy, Sage or Killjoy, are kind of necessary on Split. Like, when you have Sage in team, you want to play Sage and Cypher. When you don't have Sage in team, you want to have at least Killjoy in your team. When it comes to Lotus, Killjoy, Reyna, okie dokie. Icebox, Reyna, and Sage. Killjoy playing on Ascent. Yeah, Killjoy on Ascent is, you know, can dominate on these lobbies. Like, basically, players in Gold, Platinum, and Diamond, they have absolutely no idea how to push the bomb sites. Like, they're just gonna get into your traps, you're gonna take easy kills. The only problem in these lobbies is the attacker side. Like, in Gold and Platinum lobbies, as a Killjoy player, you need to lurk a bit more. And I feel that if you're not lurking, like, you're not gonna have any impact. You know, you're gonna be stuck in the choke points quite a lot. Is the Omen still the meta pick for Bind? I would play Omen on Bind all the way up to Immortal 3. And from Immortal 3, we're gonna see. I don't know, like, maybe Harbor is gonna be good, maybe Viper is gonna be good, etc, etc. Like, up to Immortal 3, Omen is amazing. How is it in Ukraine? I'm not from Ukraine. Like, I'm getting this ad 24/7 on Tracker. And I would tell you if I was from Ukraine. I think you would hear it. Now, Fracture. I mean, on Fracture, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Fracture is a really fucked up map for gold lobbies. Like, I feel on Fracture, what you can try to do is fuck the Cypher. Play the Killjoy on Fracture, man. Killjoy on Fracture is far, far better than Cypher for solo queue in these lobbies. Just play Cypher, pardon me, play Killjoy, play Breach, and maybe play the Sage as well. Like, Reyna is kind of weak on Fracture because pushing on Fracture, I don't know, like, it's hit or miss. Hit or miss. Haven, I don't know, man, like, fuck the Cypher. Why are we playing Cypher? Like, generally speaking, in lobbies below Immortal, Killjoy is far better pick than Cypher. Like players below Immortal, they don't know how to push the sights. Like, they don't know how to use their arms, their legs. Like, you can set such a death traps to them where they just, you know, they don't know what to do. Fracture raised more than Reyna. Raze is the best agent on Fracture, like the best duelist. The second best would be probably Neon or even Yoru is great on Fracture. Jet and Phoenix. Reyna on Fracture is like, meh, yeah, not bad. You know, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Pearl, once again, I have no idea why the fuck would you play Cypher when you have 86% win rate with Reyna. Doesn't make any sense. Just play, you know, what works for you. My dude is 6-1 with Reyna. He's one-tapping everyone, killing everyone, making the impact. And he decides to play Cypher and fill Cypher. Important talk right here. So, just once and for all to fix this discussion. Bro, my notes are really big from the yesterday coaching. So, when should you start filling in Valorant ranked solo queue? So, all the way up to Immortal 3, team compositions don't matter at all. Trust me. It is better to have players that are comfortable on their agents than forcing them to play something on which they have a very low win rate, or which they don't want, you know, having a Sova that is doing the Robin Hood arrows. The only thing that matters in those lobbies is you need to have one good controller for that map. And that's it. Like, that is the only thing that you need to fill. Like, good controller. That is why I tell the players, you know, the players that I'm coaching, even if I coach you on Jet, even if I coach you on Reyna, you need to pick up the Omen. You need to pick up the Brimstone and Viper on some maps. Like, controllers are such an important role in ranked solo queue. 50%, not 50, but let's say 25%. 1/4 of your matches in the ranks below Immortal 1, you will lose or win because you have a bad or good controller. So it's important to pick up that role. Now, from Immortal 3 plus, you need to fill in team compositions. Like, there are some maps where, you know, if you don't have a certain agent, your chances of winning the rounds and winning the matches is already minus 20%. Like, for an example, like let's open up the Velo plant. So, for an example, like on Ascent, you know, Killjoy is really good, and it's really good to have a Killjoy. It's really good to have a Sova. So, you know, Sova is the best initiator in my opinion on this map, and the second best would be Fade and KO. Now, Killjoy can be replaced by Cypher, but if you don't have Sage in your team, I would never play Cypher on Ascent. Sage is also somewhat necessary on Ascent. Like, it's really good to have a combination of Sage and Cypher, or Sage and Killjoy. These two guys are defending the B set and market, and Sage and Rest are defending A and taking the mid control. From the smokers up to Immortal 3, I would play Omen. And from Immortal 3, I would say the absolutely best like controller on this map is Astra. Like Astra, Brimstone, and that's it. And when it comes to the duelists, like, anything can work. Like, literally, it really doesn't matter. Like, I prefer having Jet, because Jet is a Giga Chat agent on Ascent. Like, you pick up the op, you can punish the enemies, you know, in these choke points here, etc., etc. And basically, you know, Jet is kind of important. Raze is like, okie dokie. You know, on this map, Phoenix is also good. Reyna can also play, you can play Reyna, you can play Neon, you can play Phoenix. Like, when it comes to duelists on this map, literally, you can play anything. So, you know, that is how you need to think in ranked solo queue environment. Like, all the way up to Immortal 3, focus on maining maximum of 2 or 3 agents that you completely master and understand how to play in every single possible scenario. On every single map. Danzo. Now, this guy is let's see the performance. So he was unranked in episode 3. Episode 4, bronze, bronze, silver, silver. Okay, consistent slow grind. This is not bad. For an average player, this is decent. You know, every single act he's going one step up, like definitely this progress can be 10 times faster. But not too shabby. Not too shabby. Okay, which elo is he? Like right now, gold 2. Gold loss. Which coaching program did this player buy from your programs, Papito? Nothing. This is a free VOD review that I'm doing on every 50 gifted subs on Twitch. Like on every 50 subs on Twitch, I'm doing a free VOD review giveaway on Discord. And on every 100 subs, we're doing the Valorant points. And we're doing the coaching giveaway. You will see, I have prepared something. Look at this. Like, this is what we're gonna do. On every 100 subs, Charlatan spins the wheel. And basically, like, you get the... You know... you get some kind of a giveaway. So basically, like, you can get 10 Valorant points, 20 Valorant points, 50 Valorant points, tier 3 Discord sub, or exclusive coaching program, which is worth around $150. $180 actually. So basically, you know, we're gonna do a giveaway on Twitch. Then that guy, you know, is gonna spin the wheel. And what he gets, that's it. I think it's a fun idea, you know? How often can you win a giveaway? You can win as you know, endless amounts. Endless amounts. Okay. Let's get into the VOD. Haven, Reyna. Yo! Cannibal Monster QC! Thank you a lot for the sub, baby. Tier 1 in the chat. Mwah! Muchas gracias, por favor. Okay. Papito, is the Twitter account doing giveaway... Papito, is the Twitter account doing giveaways genuine? Yeah, like... Just to see if I can showcase you. Just a second. I need to you know, turn off my screen just to show you, like, nothing is rigged. Like, I generally want to give back to my community. Like, let's see. I don't know where the fuck did I give the Valorant points? Here. This guy won like 2 times in a row the giveaway. Am I gonna share something private? Something that I should not share? I don't know. Fuck it. Risk it for the biscuit. This guy, for an example, won the giveaway on Twitter 2 times. I don't know this guy. Like, de hecho Luis una vez. You know, I sent him the money. One time I sent him the money. Second time yesterday, and that's it. That's it, baby. Okay. Haven, Reyna. I was just confirming if the account was fake or not. I'm not saying you're lying. No, I know what you were saying. I just want people to take this seriously, you know? I genuinely want to give back to the community, you know, like, you know, because, like, you guys deserve it. I mean, this giveaway concept, I just copy-pasted from Loba, you know, like, the CSGO streamer. Like, he's doing a knife giveaway on every 100 Twitch subs, I think. And unfortunately, I cannot do a knife giveaway because in Valorant, we don't have a fucking economy to give away. But, yeah. If I was able to give the skins, I would just do gifting of the skins to the players. The only economy in Valorant we have is Valorant points. The only economy we have in Valorant is you trading your mental health for a gun buddy. That is the only economy that exists in Valorant. Okay, Let's go.
Jet's there.
Default classic pistol. Already, your aim is impacted by 30%. Instantly. And instantly, one huge tip for all of you gorillas in the jungle. So, in the first round, please, for the love of God, don't be AFK. Talk to your teammates. Tell them what is the best thing to be done on that map in the first round based on the agents that we have on both attack and defense. Don't be silent. Give comms. End of the story. In the first round, on attacker's side, don't split the map. Don't play passive. Don't lurk. Don't flank. Tell them to push something as 5 hyper aggressive, because then we are properly abusing the first round on attacker's side in Valorant ranked solo queue. So, first round of Haven. The absolutely best strategy on Haven in the first round, where your teammates can make the least amount of mistakes, is to do a soft split onto the A site and to push A. That is the area of the map where enemy's utility can fuck you the least. Usually on Haven, players love to play 1 player C, 1 player garage, 1 player B, 2 players on the A site. We're pushing S5 towards the 2 players. Don't be pussies. Push fast. Enter the site. Even if you need to die to take the site control, go and die. It is so easy to play the first round on Haven onto the A site. Now, how you want to push? 3 players are going through the A main area of the map. 2 players are going through the short. You are sending your initiators in the short. Tell your, I don't know, in this game, tell your Fade to go short, to dog the short, and that's it. Like, initiators should go towards the short area of the map. Spike is going with these guys right here. We're taking the A site control, and that's it. Anyways, on this map, A site is your default site on both attack and defense. For all of you guys that never watched these VOD reviews, etc., what is the default bomb site in Valorant? Default site is the site that you prioritize pushing or playing on attack and defense when you have no idea what to do or what enemies are going to do. That bomb site, because of its design and because of, the structure of the site, is easier to be attacked and harder to be defended. And also, harder to be played in retake and easier to be played in post-plant. Now, on Haven, that bomb site is the A site. Basically, A site is hell of a time when it comes to retaking it. You're retaking usually through 2 very small choke points. And basically, both B site and C site are far easier for the retake than retaking the A site. Now, there is two more alternative strategies for the first round on Haven. If enemies don't have Cypher, they don't have the Killjoy, they don't have the Sage, and they don't have a Viper in their team, you can also tell your teammates, hey guys, let's push S5C. Because usually there's only gonna be 1 player on C, we can push him fast, execute the site fast, kill him, take the site control, end of the story. And the third strategy is when you have Gecko in team. Then, in the first round, you can call for a push on B, where 1 player or 2 players are lurking through the doors and taking this control, and 3 players are taking the B side control. The Gecko player, just a second, we get on the map. He's on default site A on every map. Nope.
Watch anyway. My crew is coming through.
How do you know what is the best thing to do in the first round? Everyone in the lobby is at the same skill rating pre-assembly. How do you decide what is the best thing to do in the first round? Is
Man, my critters have this
based on the map that you're playing, based on the team composition that you have in your team and in the enemy's team, and also based on what usually happens in ranked solo queue. Like basically, in ranked solo queue, players are very repetitive. In every single elo, they have a certain mindset and a certain set of strategies that they love to abuse. Once you collect enormous amount of data from ranked solo queue, you can literally play the game on the numbers. Like, that is the first thing that I explain to the players when I'm coaching them. I want you to look at the Valorant as the game of numbers that is being played on a gambling aspect. Like, you're consistently gambling onto something, and you're trying to have the absolutely highest chances of winning the rounds and winning the matches by following a certain set of rules, strategies, tactics, etc, etc. Now, if you have a Gecko in team, in the first round, basically, like, as I said, like, you can also push the B set on Haven, but just make sure that your teammates are fighting for the C connector control. Like, we need to have the control of this. And that is why I usually send, like, one or two of my teammates to lurk through the doors and take the control of this. And from the B side, I'm pushing into the C, and I'm basically taking the C long control. I mean, the C connector control. And the Gecko, I mean, his only job is to just do a wingman there, to plant the spike, do the flash, take the site, push into the site, clear this, clear backside, that's it. So, these are the three absolutely best strategies in solo queue for the first round on the attack of Haven. And they are going to work in every single elo. Of course, this strategy with Gecko, I would never do in silver, bronze, like, it's impossible, you know, like, this is something for Ascendant Immortal players. But the initial two strategies work in every single elo based on the enemy team composition. Let me just turn off the audio here. Let's go. Okay, let's see what they do in the first round. My dude was absolutely AFK in the first round. His teammates are pushing A, okay. Oh, what the fuck is this choppy VOD?
We could probably rotate, honestly.
Yeah, go see.
No, I need to give out respect to this guy. Like, he recorded a VOD for a free VOD review at 60 FPS. I don't know what to say, man. Like, literally. Like, fuck buying the coaching, fuck everything, man. Upgrade your PC ASAP, man. Like, you upgrade your PC. You're already diamond.
Walk back.
As we are speaking in this channel, a lot of the times, clear every fucking angle from which enemies can peek you and kill you. Like right now, I would have cleared the right side from the Reyna, behind her, and then I would look at the smoke. You never know what the enemies are doing. Now, in this round, the huge problem was we were AFK. We needed to push much faster, and do not be scared to push the side. Like, if I'm playing Reyna in the first round of Haven, just buy the Ghost. Okay, never mind. I'm not playing Reyna. I'm playing Gecko. Buy the
30 seconds left.
Buy the Ghost. Buy the Lear. And I'm pushing. So, hey guys, let's push the A set together. Fade, can you dog the short? Great. I'll jump here like a monkey, like this, to reveal the enemies there. And I'm never fighting the enemies here. This fight is unnecessary. It's better to jump spot the enemies and just risk doing this without taking the fight and then fighting the enemies from this angle and from this angle here. Pushing here, clearing that position, jump spotting the enemies, moving forward. Using the Lear all the way up there, clearing that angle, pushing into the site, taking the site control. End of the story.
Alright, we can run that here. Nice pick.
Bro, I don't know, like, our coaching is already done today. Like, my man, you need to buy a better PC. like you need to buy a better PC. Like, congrats to you for getting gold 3 with this type of a setup, but this is like, you know, wild, man, wild.
Nice pick.
Okay, but also we can speak about the game decisions here. Like, here, if you already noticed that your teammates are rotating from A to C, fuck these, you know, like, basically on Haven, you never know what is going to happen for your teammates when they do this type of a rotation. Like, you never know if they're gonna get picked from this position, from this position, from this position, from this position, this. Like, when your teammates are doing this rotation on Haven, follow the spike. Like, follow the spike carrier always. And just play with your teammates. Like, because a lot of your teammates will never clear the angles, the potential lurks and flanks of the enemies, and you need to be there for them. And you need to clear these angles yourself. Generally speaking, on Haven, like, I have one very specific mindset. Haven mindset. So basically, the first thing first. On this map, I prefer playing only defaults and aggressive pushes. Like, basically, you know, on this map, I don't... like, one thing that I try to avoid on Haven is I'm trying to avoid rotations on attacker's side. So what do I mean by that? Like, for example, when you see me play Haven, what a lot of times I actually call on Haven is if a push gets stopped here and here, and we already have a flank covered by the Cypher Trip Killjoy setup or something like that, I usually call to my teammates, let's cut the noise for 20 seconds and let's reheat that same site. Like, that is better way of pushing and better mindset than doing these very, very risky rotations. The only time when I actually rotate in those type of scenarios is if I think that there's like 4 players or 5 players on A. I mean, obviously then, you know, go from A main to C side, take C side, and that's it. Like, obviously you should rotate if you think that there's like all 4 or 5 of the enemies, you know, on A side. But if I think there's like maybe 2 or 3 enemies or maybe 1 enemy on A, I will just wait 20 seconds, completely cut the noise, and then push the A side. Of course, doing this in gold lobbies is impossible, and that is why I'm telling you, follow the fucking spike carrier. And don't go for these, you know, for this cheese play that you did. Because right now, yes, you took a kill. But only God knows if your teammates will be able to close out this round. Like, you're playing in gold. Like, you don't know, especially in the first round, you need to try to stay alive in the last, like, 3 or 4 players in your team. And try to basically, you know, control the outcome of the round yourself. I skipped the video. When waiting 20 seconds to push after cutting the noise, wouldn't they stack if they have a flank pushed up waiting for rotate? Yes, they can do that. And but that is the gamble that I'm willing to take. Like, I don't know, like, I feel that players in Valorant have a very different mindset from CSGO players, and that is hurting them a lot. Like, a lot of players in Valorant, they... Microphone, okay, sorry. Is it better now? Good now? What the fuck is happening with my mic? Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening with my mic, like, it's dying from time to time. I think this should be good. A lot of players in Valorant, like, when they're pushing the sites, they want only to fight, like, 1 or 2 enemies. So what if 3 or 4 enemies are on the site? There's 5 of you pushing the site. You have, like, 20 million abilities to clear the angles and corners, and you're scared to push against 3 players. Literally doesn't make sense. Like, players in Valorant need to get some confidence, to get some balls, like, to actually execute the sites. Even if there's like 3 players on the site, fuck it, like let's go, let's do the utility dump, let's kill the enemies, end of the story. Can I add, like, no, we need to appreciate this gameplay. We need to appreciate this gameplay. We need to look at this. Look at the jet, guys. Look at the jet. Look at the jet. Just look at this. Look at this. He doesn't know where that camera is, man. He didn't hear that on the left side. Look now. Crosshair placement from hell.
CT.
he hears the camera, but he doesn't know where the camera is, man. Like now the guy is like lost. Checking the walls, bro.
Blank.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Like when you got stuck in A long, like you just cannot trust your teammates this much. Also, one more thing.
Stop being a fucking medical students, fucking doctors in ranked solo queue, okay? Like you don't need this. You don't need this. You have a client FPS on the left side, client FPS on the right side. You have a packet loss on the right side, packet loss on the left side. What the do you really need all of this fucking shit on your screen?
Like literally. Do you have time to look at all of this? Disable the shooting error there. Keep this shooting error. You don't need network. You don't need CPU render time. You don't need CPU game time. You don't need total frame rate time. You don't need server. The guy has a server tick rate. How, like, even if you see the server tick rate is shit, how are you gonna fix that? You're gonna go into the Riot headquarters and be like, yo, Riot, because this fucking server, bro. I lost 25 rank rating because my tick rate went from 120 to 70 in one gunfight, and I lost it. I want my RAR back. Like, chill. You know, the only thing that you need, when it comes to these stats, is FPS, network, packet loss, and shooting error. Like, the only 4 things that are okay to have on the screen. Because this is way too distracting, man. Like, if I had all of this on my screen, I don't know, man. Like, I would be lost, literally. Like, you know, so many, like, this shit is covering so many important things from my screen, like, on the right side.
Quickly. We win with...
Charlatan, we need all of this so we can copium when we die in game to position. Yeah. I don't even know what the server tick rate is. That's actually very important to know about. Client FPS and packet loss enough. Yeah, exactly. Genuine question. My friend is a chamber main and is playing him continuously even after the nerf. And he ranked up from Diamond up to Diamond 3 from Platinum 2 in last 2 acts. Do you think he is still viable for solo queue? Chamber is viable up to Immortal 1. But from Immortal 1, like, I would never play Chamber. Like, Immortal 1... for Immortal 1, I would replace Chamber with someone else on different maps. But up to Immortal 1, you can play him on every map. It's fine.
Survive.
Okay, generally speaking, like, what his teammates are doing and what they're pushing, considering that this is like a gold elo, is not that bad. I mean, generally, when you're playing on Haven, when you're playing eco rounds, hull by rounds, or the bonus rounds, you primarily want to fight for the garden control, pardon me, for the garage control, for the mid control, and you want to try to, you know, find the frags in the mid and garage, and from that point on, you know, execute a C-site, rotate, etc., etc. Like, and when you have a full buy round, and you have better economy than the enemies, you should avoid this area of the map completely, and this area of the map completely, and just push through the main choke points. So this is fine. Like, right now, I would, once again, you know, it's good. What he is doing right now, you know, watching for this flank, it's okay. I mean, anyways, it is the eco round, hull by round. Maybe one enemy is gonna try to be an eco cobra and try to take easy kills. So it's not that bad. Like, that's fine. Anyways, you know, our chances of winning this round is below, you know, 20%. just this crosshair placement, you know, if I'm already watching this flank, my crosshair would be somewhere there. Like, this is a crosshair for Michael Jordan, man.
He's got a bulldog cabin.
Okay.
Insecto.
Good.
74 right.
1 2.
I mean, in this scenario, like, after getting that jet kill, like, you want to support the rest of your teammates on mid. Like, that jet kill was actually really good. You know, not bad. But as soon as I killed that jet, I would instantly flash the enemy Reyna and drop on her and try to triple shot her. Like, essentially, when you're playing these eco rounds, so playing... Just a second. Playing eco rounds in Valorant. Rounds in Valorant. You shouldn't value your life as much as you do in regular, you know, full buy rounds. Your primary focus is trading yourself for as many kills as possible and trying to find opportunities for that. So this is exactly that opportunity. I mean, like Reyna was down there. You killed the jet. No fear. Like, in those type of rounds, you should never have fear impacting, like, you know, your game decisions. Like, if I already have a classic pistol, I killed the enemy jet, I'm over-healing myself, dropping down on Reyna, triple shotting her in the head, and that's it. Right now, you're gonna die because you have a classic pistol, they extended the gap with you, and the Reyna got the fuck away.
Last player standing.
Gonna beat you, right? Flanking.
Okay, this was funny. This was funny. This was funny. Not bad. Not bad. You know, 2 kills in an eco round. All good. We damaged the enemy economy. Successful round. I mean, not successful, but not bad. Not bad. Drax, welcome to stream, man. I'm good. I'm good. How are you, bro? Horkus still plays Chamber in Radiant. Chill. Listen, exactly what I said previously. In those type of rounds in solo queue, when the enemies are playing a bonus or an eco or hull buy, just abuse the main areas of the map. Like, just tell your teammates, hey guys, let's push S5 C long, let's push S5 A long, and then from the A side, let's take the short control. Like, there is absolutely no reason to play default, no reason to, you know, split the map or do anything. Like, if enemies are bonusing or hull buying, just, you know, call the 5-man aggression. You know, easy. Who is Horkus? Horkus is a Spanish streamer, man. Like, he's very good. I like playing with him a lot. But you cannot compare yourself to the Horkus, man. Like, Horkus' aim is like, you know, I got Radiant 20 times in the past 3 years, and Horkus' aim is like 2 times better than mine. So, you know, like, he's mechanically a very good player.
There.
Trust me, guys. Like, you might think that your teammates in gold will not listen to you. But from my experience, when I was doing the challenges, whenever I told my teammates to push something, even though they never executed that side correctly, and I needed to correct them myself, they listened to me for some reason. Like, a lot of the gold, platinum, and silver players are actually waiting for some call. And you need to spam them. You need to tell them, hey guys, let's push A. Let's push A. We want to push A. Push only through A long. Yoru come with that spike through the A long. Yoru come through that spike through the A long. Trust me, it works. You just never truly invested yourself and tried it. Yes, there's going to be like maybe 50% of the games where your teammates won't listen to you. But that doesn't justify you not trying to tell your teammates what to do. You know? Like, it's much better, you know, to navigate them a bit. You don't need to tell them exactly, you know, yo, Faith, do this lineup, Sova, do this. That's impossible. But just tell them, hey guys, enemies are bonusing this round. They have close range weapons. Let's push S5 C long. Let's push S5 A long. Only A long, guys. Only A long. Yoru, come with a spike from short in A long. That's it.
Are we just not walking?
This Fade is actually talking, man. This Fade is actually walkie-talkie.
Wait, they're rotating off.
Careful here.
Find you.
Careful here. Time to jump.
Okay, listen, guys. First of all, like, when your teammates started engaging the site, you should have pushed with them. Because, like, you don't know how many enemies are on the bomb site. You have no idea from which angles your teammates are gonna die. You don't have a controller in the team. So, you know, push with them. And that is exactly what I was explaining before. Like, no matter if you're playing in Iron, if you're playing in Bronze, Silver, if you don't have a good controller in team, you're kind of fucked a bit. And that is why I recommend everyone that is below Immortal 1 learn how to play at least one controller. At least Omen, Brimstones, anything. You don't need to play Viper, don't play Astra, but at least Omen or Brimstone. Because on Haven, playing without controllers, we already have like, you know, 50% less chances to win this match.
Wait, they're rotating off.
Like here, by the way, whenever you're executing some kind of a site, and like you come very close to the choke point, at the you're at the moment of time where your teammates are getting ready to push the site, and let's say your teammates are here. My eyes are locked onto the minimap to see what type of move my teammates are gonna make and what is the perfect moment of time for me to follow my teammates. So in this example, if I saw that my teammates are already there, in the short area of the map, I would already be here, playing this angle. And I would already be ready to push into the site. As soon as this Yoru does this, I'm moving out. Like, I'm basically peeking this, doing the flash, entering the site, and taking some position. From my experience, like, usually the best post-time position in those gold and platinum lobbies on A site, if your teammates are playing from the site, is here. Basically, you can support your teammates in the CT, support your teammates in the tower. If the enemies are flanking and lurking, you can still kill them and support your allies. Like, in all of the lobbies below Ascendant, I prioritize playing on the site, unless the enemies have some kind of a lineups or utility that can fuck me up there. Like, that spot you always want to avoid. That is the worst post-plan position ever, and everything else is fine, but this is usually the best spot to be at, like, if you're playing post-plan on A.
Careful here.
Find you.
Careful here.
And essentially, like, you should never, ever risk your life for picking up a stupid utility orb. Like, it is borderline never useful. Like, if I already don't have a smoke on tower, this is way, way too risky. Way too risky. And my crosshair right now would be either there or there, so that if the enemy peeks me,
My ult ready.
I can actually stop taking the orb and instantly get in a gunfight with that enemy. This type of death should literally never happen for you. Like, never risk your life for stupid, you know, ultimate orbs. Unless that orb is absolutely free for you.
Time for
Oh, what the fuck is this economy management? How do we have a Spectre? What the fuck? Why did you buy Spectre? I don't know if not funny. Are you in the stream? My dude has 5,100 credits. I don't know what is this mindset, but here this is a full buy round. From this moment on, like it doesn't matter that the enemies are playing an eco hull buy. Right now, I buy the Vandal, Heavy Shield, and that's it. I have absolutely no idea. Like, why would anyone in this round purchase the Spectre? Like, you're risking the outcome of this round by a lot, and then in the next round, if you play Spectre, you're risking that round as well by a lot. In this round, Spectre makes no sense ever. By the way, Charlatan, you can use JKL for navigation.
No prisoners.
But wait. Aha. Okay. Thank you, man.
Okay, I see.
Wait, you Coach Mukujin, right? Yes, sir. Skip. Okay, bro. Also, this is a huge mistake as well. Like, my dude is playing Reyna, and he is instantly every fucking round watching for the flank and lurks. You already have a Cypher that is watching the full lurk and the full flank. What are you doing here? Your spike is going C. In this round, like, I'm going with my teammates. I'm making the space for them. I'm pushing with them, pressuring. Like, you're Reyna player, man. You need to go at least second in the site. You don't need to be the first. You can maybe beat one of your teammates, and you can be like, your roommate Jet, you go in first. I'm gonna follow you. That's fine. That's actually very good, like mindset and way of playing in solo queue. But bro, like, this is a third round where you're watching some kind of a lurk flank and where you're not playing with your team. More team play, man. More team play. And also, in what scenario this would be fine? If they were playing some kind of an eco round or a hull by round, or if this guy has the absolutely best read that enemies are gonna lurk and flank right now. Like, if I saw in the previous rounds that, let's say, 1 or 2 enemies love to go through here, maybe I would do it in some kind of a scenario right now. But he doesn't have a read. His teammates are pushing C with a spike. You're risking your round by a lot. And Cypher, well, the famous ranked solo queue 1-1-3 setup, like in ranked solo queue. Bro, like all of this here, like even this kill doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. All of this is wasted time and very dangerous time. Up to this moment, your teammates on the C side could have died like a fucking potatoes. You're playing in a gold lobby, and you're trusting your Jet, Yoru, and Fade without the smokes to push the C side. I would literally like to have that trust levels as you have, but in solo queue it is impossible. Like, literally, you're gambling a lot. You know what's gonna happen with those 3 guys here. If they die, you're playing the game that is called retaking the spike on the attacker's side. And also, one more scenario where this is okay to do. What he is doing with Reyna right now is, if you're playing Omen and you have the ultimate, it's fine. With ultimate you can always pick up the spike, and you will usually see on the attacker side, when I have the ultimate with Omen, I do like to flank and lurk from time to time, like, because, with the ultimate, like, even if my teammates die, even if, they don't succeed in the pushing, I can still pick up the spike. And my guy overhealed himself, like, at 150 points.
Our spike's down.
He healed himself to 250, man.
Spike down, C. One enemy remaining.
Omen's weak.
Team Ace.
Nice.
Very, very, very risky gameplay, man. Very, very risky gameplay. Like this one was very risky.
Unless we get their garage, but it's just easier.
Someone is B.
Jet peek.
Enemy spotted A.
Yeah, she saw us all. They're gonna rotate over. Do you want to go still?
Okay, that was a really good kill by Yoru. Not bad. But right now, it really didn't make any sense to walk. Like, both Yoru and Reyna are walking, but the Yoru did the clone and made a lot of footsteps. Usually in these ranks, like in a gold, silver, platinum, diamond, like when the players hear you somewhere, they're gonna rotate over almost instantly. Like you know, like I think the players in those lobbies rotate on the like you drop one utility, there's already 5 enemies on the site. Like if my Yoru did a clone there, I would already start pushing and there's no more shifting. Like we need to push basically the site. And also like spectating the knife 24/7, like all Elo players like to do. True, and the guy has default skins, man. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's called overhead because you heal over the 150 up to 250. Everybody knows that. Do you know when does the Valorant premiere will be released? I think on Saturday, no? Friday, Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I may be lying.
I'm ulting.
Nightmare, take them! Okay, nice flash.
Planting.
One thing that I would still do here is once again, especially in those lobbies, gold and platinum, even if your teammates are going in front of you, clear every single possible angle where the enemies can be. Because you never know what your teammates are and what your teammates are not. Oh, Jesus Christ, my microphone went crazy. You never know what your teammates are and what your teammates are not going to clear. So essentially here, you know, if I was pushing short, I would just clear this, push here, doing the leer, clearing that, moving into the smoke, from the smoke, you know, pushing with my allies, playing this position, trying to kill that enemy there, trying to kill that enemy there, trying to, you know, support my teammates, end of the story. That is a wall.
Spike planted.
I know exactly
Heaven.
where you are.
Watch heaven.
I'm here.
The absolutely worst tripwire, like for Haven. Like, please guys, if you're playing Cypher, never do this tripwire. Like literally, like this tripwire is maybe the worst thing that you can do on Haven. Like doing a tripwire that goes from here to here is not bad, like this. Doing a tripwire, you know, the regular one here is not bad, but even something like this is okay. But just don't do this, okay? Like this is the worst shit ever. Because enemies can always jump across it and it doesn't do anything. As I said, in these lobbies where you're playing right now, you usually want to prioritize playing the post plant around this box right here. Like, in lobbies below Immortal 1, try to choose this to be your primary post plant position. You know, outmaneuvering the enemies behind this spot right there. Your teammates will always play, you know, there, playing maybe there, playing maybe under the site, playing there, playing short. And from this position, you can always trade your teammates and peek wherever the hell they're picking the gunfights. So that spot is muy bien, muy bien. Trust me.
Camera taken out.
Cypher heaven.
Papito, I hate playing default, it's so scary. You know, I don't know, like, be confident. Practice it. Like, you're never gonna be confident into doing something if you don't practice it. It's impossible.
Omen, man.
Here. Reload.
Cypher's though.
Nah, man, if you're gonna play Reyna like this, just play Killjoy, man. Just play Killjoy and Sage. You need to pick more fights. You need to support your teammates. You need to refrag them, and you need to peek on their contact. Like right now, this Cypher is fully overexposed. Watching the CT, I would also be peeking with him and trying to do anything to support him at any angle.
Reloading.
That's like
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
nice.
No, but one more time, respect to this player. Like, this guy reached the gold 3 with 60 FPS. Like, this is, it's impossible to aim accurately on this FPS.
Nice.
Respect.
Get out of my way.
Okay, number 1 rule of Valorant, when the round starts, look who has the spike, where the fuck spike is, and pick up the spike. Second thing, if your teammates already decide to push C long like this, and you're playing Reyna, just support them. Play with them. Okay? And one more thing, like, in settings, always enable all of this. Agent flavor, tactical callouts, announcer, and VoIP ducks flavor voiceover. This is important, because if the spike is not picked, the Sage is gonna tell you, you know, like, that voice line. You know that famous Sage voice line.
You stupid fucking shit, you forgot the spike in the spawn, you fucking idiot.
And, you know, like, you're going to pick up your spike, and, you know, like, you're going to know that the spike is, you know, minimap, you know, spike is in spawn. And VoIP ducks flavor voiceover, basically, like, when your teammate is talking at the same time as the Cypher is telling you some stupid joke, Cypher is gonna be muted a bit, muffled, and you're gonna hear your teammates loud and clear. But in gold lobbies, I mean, the communication is anyways like probably 0. I mean, in my lobbies, communication is 0 as well, so I don't know what to expect in gold.
No,
We gotta
not
get
right
spike,
here.
guys.
There's a jet just peeking long.
This lurk and flank doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, if you already have a Yoru ultimate, a Yoru that can clear the full site, you want to abuse that. Like, Yoru is giving you all the information. You're looking at flank, like, you're playing Reyna in the same way that you play Killjoy, and that is a huge problem of Valorant players. Like, you need, like, it's very hard for a gold player to have multiple different playstyles. Like, do you know why he plays like this? Because his main agents are Cypher, Killjoy, and Sage. And somehow, he has 60% win rate with Reyna with this gameplay. But this is way too much baiting, way too much, like, lurking, way too much flanking. Like, you need to be there for your teammates. And to make the most out of your most aggressive teammates and players. Like, when I'm playing Reyna, what is my focus? My focus is this guy up there. My focus is this Mongoloid Yoru that is pushing with the ultimate and revealing the enemies for me. I'm using a flash here, peeking the jet, killing the jet, you know, destroying her asshole, whatever, entering the site, taking the site, planting the spike, end of the story.
Can we get spike, please? Someone.
And I think I don't even need to mention your movement, the way that you're peeking, crosshair placement, and angle clearing is really bad. You need to go onto the custom server and practice movement and peeking a bit more and clearing the angles. You need to play deathmatch and focus on that problem, because this is horrible, like borderline. You know, if I'm pushing the mid area of the map, here alone, I'm lurking, flanking, whatever. Like, I'm getting up on this box, clearing that position, clearing this position, dropping down, moving forward, crosshair there, moving forward, clearing the window, under the window, clearing that position, you know, moving a bit more, left and right, crouch, then peeking that, peeking this, moving in. That's how your movement and that's how your peeking should look like. Usually what I recommend to the players, when I see that they're missing the crosshair placement and, you know, the way that the movement and how they're engaging the angles and corners, spend some time alone on a custom server. Choose a random map, random bomb site, random area of the map. And just try to practice the proper way to clear that position. And ask yourself, from which locations I'm overexposed at this moment of time. Like, basically, you know, you want to practice pushing the B side. Ask yourself, what is the best way to clear this angle? Should I be closer to the wall, further away from the wall? Look at some other pro players and Radiant players. How do they clear it? Then you're moving forward like this. How I want to clear this position? Do I want to clear it with a crouch peek? Do I want to do this, etc., etc.? Now, what do? I cannot push like this because I'm overexposed from millions of angles. I need first to clear that, clear this, clear up, clear this. Then I want to clear this spot, etc. I'm pushing in, clearing everything. Like, practice it in a custom server.
We can push on.
Once again, you didn't clear every single angle, especially in those gold lobbies. You need to clear that box that is on the left. I mean, let's be honest. I see a lot of gold players. They love to, you know, play here, even though this spot is bad. Like, this position is only good when you're playing it in a double bait setup. Like, one of your teammates is, you know, here or here, baiting for you, and then you're playing this spot. Because if the enemy pushes you slowly like this, they're always gonna see you before you know, actually see them, because of the angle perception disadvantage.
We just gotta watch.
Get the spike. Thank you.
Oh, wait.
When you're playing in the window, usually my favorite position is up here. Like, this position is actually broken because nobody expects your head to be that high. And this spot is actually really good. But if you're scared that enemies might flank you, you know, from there, then, you know, you need to play here. But this spot is really, really good because nobody has that high of a crosshair placement for the headshot there.
Nice.
Shooting mechanics from hell, like you know. But I have a huge problem with this VOD review, like, because the guy has 60 FPS. Like, on 60 FPS, all of this is very hard. If I was having 60 FPS, I would definitely be playing Omen, playing Killjoy, playing Sage, playing someone that is not relying only on raw mechanics. Like, reaching Radiant with 60 FPS on Reyna. Challenge impossible.
My ult's ready.
You need some agent that relies on outplays and, you know, utility usage.
Feeling sight.
Planted.
One enemy remaining.
Right now, what he is doing is just unnecessary overheating. Like, literally, you know, we are 5 versus 1. Chill, man. Like, just win this round. You don't need to die. Like, save the economy.
Sight.
We still have, like, how many rounds? We have, like, 18 rounds to play. You know, chill.
First long.
I can take it if no one else.
my guy is checking, you know, what his abilities actually do.
I prefer it, cause
Yeah.
I'm yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't get it last time because I thought Cypher had it.
No, like, I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. Like, I don't know. My dude is lurking and flanking every round, bro, as a Reyna player. Bro, play with a team one round, please. Just one round. I just want to see one round where you actually enter the site, second or first, and actually try to do something and help them. Like, if you want to play like this, play Killjoy, man, on Haven.
Right now. Watch out for platform men in corners.
This is such a dangerous playstyle in gold lobbies. Such a dangerous playstyle because you never know what these guys are gonna do there. And if you're not there to support them, you know, you're just gambling 24/7.
Winning long.
I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but this is really funny, you know, like.
Two garage, gentlemen.
You know, like this type of shit, I cannot contribute to 60 FPS like. And right now, my guy is rotating. My guy rotated from short all the way to here with a knife out without clearing a single possible position where the enemies can be. Up to this point, he didn't actually see all of the enemies. Like he only saw like I think 2 or 3 enemies on the minimap. I think he's not even checking the minimap, to be honest. Like, I mean, if I was checking the minimap, I would see that my teammates are planting the spike on C and that I should play with them. Yeah, he's not checking the minimap. Minimap awareness, very bad, man. We need to pay attention on this thing up there. I mean, if you check the minimap, he would have known that all 3 enemies are in the C connector. Like, it's very important. Like, in gold, in all of the lobbies below Immortal 1, like, you need to babysit your teammates a lot. Your teammates won't be speaking. Your teammates won't be giving you the information. And you need to pay attention on what's happening on the map. Like, if you don't get the information from the minimap, you will have 0 information in general.
137.
I mean, here, if you just had a better minimap awareness, and if you actually noticed that all 3 enemies were there, you know, his crosshair would not be clearing these angles. He would have known that this is the only position from which he can die. So, lack of minimap awareness actually killed him here. Nothing else. Especially with 60 FPS. With 60 FPS, you cannot rely on flicking, on tracking, on doing some crazy flick shots. When you're playing on low FPS and with a high ping, you need to rely on a proper crosshair placement. And on your general, you know, game awareness.
Get up if you can.
Drop.
Fortnite expert with that shotgun.
Hallelujah!
I have the spike.
Okay. ADSing in this example was fine. Not bad. Justified. Good.
Enemy spotted C.
Let's move forward. Please, let's move forward. Let's support that Yoru with a flash, man. Let's go. Don't spam that you have a Vandal. Yoru is out. Flash!
Reloading.
Planning for long.
Okay, guys. When your teammates are planting the spike on C, and they establish the post plant on the C site. So, you know, Yoru is playing here. Fade is planting the spike here. Essentially, what you want to do on C site, you want to pick this position as soon as possible. So right now, when he was moving into the site, you know, pushing with his teammates, he should have done the flash to support his allies. Move in. Clear that. Clear the smoke. Fade is planting the spike. I'm covering the Fade from the garage. And I'm instantly running here to check the CT. And I'm trying to get on this position as soon as possible. Because this is the absolutely best post-lane position when your teammates are playing on the site. Because you can support them in the CT, in the garage, everywhere. But if your teammates decide to play all in C-long, just go in C-long and play with them. That's it.
Careful here.
Behind on site.
So right now, if he actually chose that position, he would have actually refragged his teammates and, you know, the Reyna would have been dead. The Omen would have been dead. But I really feel that he doesn't even realize that Omen is on the platform because minimap awareness is below 0, man. Below 0.
Enemy kill.
Site.
Cutting their vision.
TP.
Does he even realize the Omen is there? Like, I don't know. Am I tripping?
Just back up and play for long.
Last player standing.
On site.
No.
Other one's long. Out.
Take your time, Reyna.
Cutting their vision.
After that kill, when he got a kill on Omen, he should have dismissed to reposition himself. Like basically, whenever you're playing Reyna and you're in a 1 versus 2 scenario, you need to fight for the kill potential and dismiss potential. So right now, you know, after killing that Omen, instant dismiss to the right side and repositioning to basically, you know, win this round on the timer. Not a heal, not a heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, pick up that. Oh, you're dead.
Racing
Out to
them.
Is that clutch a good play? I mean, there's a lot of mistakes that happen in this round that, you know, just come from lack of the minimap awareness, and that's it. Like, I mean, if I was playing here, my Jet is playing with the op here, and watching the garage, and I know that woman is at the back of the site, I need to flash the backside immediately, and I need to pressure that woman and take a kill, so that my Jet doesn't die. And then I can just play with the Jet all the way into the C-long and win the round.
I'll return.
Map awareness is a huge problem for this player. Huge problem. Like, you need to check that minimap a lot more often. I don't know, you can practice minimap awareness in multiple ways. Like, just writing down the visual, like write down on your monitor, hey, you mental abomination, check the minimap a bit more often. And when you have a visual note, a visual reminder of what you should be doing, trust me, you're gonna do it. When I was playing CSGO professionally, like when I was actually competing and when I had a lot of problems, I had like 10 sticky notes on my monitor telling me exactly what I need to improve and what I need to do during the gameplay. And when I'm in some kind of a clutch or when I find myself, you know, slacking, I look at the notes and I'm like, oh, I'm not communicating. Hey guys, I'm B, seeing A, etc. You know, you get the point. You can go in a deathmatch and try to pay more attention on the minimap. During your games, just focus on the minimap awareness for like 2-3 weeks. And there's some other routines that you can do for minimap awareness as well.
I'll handle this. Plant a spike.
Once again, like if I see my Yoru ulting there, you definitely want to follow that Yoru.
Enemy spotted C.
There's someone right here. There's two.
Where are you?
Spotted C.
I'm ulting site.
Where take them?
There's a
Bring them down.
What do I do if I just get nervous and scared in clutches? Like, that is something that is improved over time. That is why you will always see me chewing a bubble gum, drinking something, I don't know, man, when it comes to the stress and anxiety in clutch scenarios, like, the more times you put yourself in those scenarios, and the more times you play those scenarios, the more confident you become. Like, right now in clutch scenarios, I'm not shaking. I'm not like, you know, when I play clutch scenarios, when I'm 1 versus 1, 1 versus 4, 1 versus 5, 1 versus 1, do you know what is my mindset? I don't give a fuck. You know, my teammates are already dead. We already made shit tons of mistakes. If I win this round, great job by me. You know, in clutch scenarios, I'm the most relaxed. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't need to listen to my teammates. I don't need to, you know, the whole map is mine. And if I win the round, yeah, nice clip, you know, for YouTube. Nice play. Nice outplay. If I don't win it, probably we lost the round because of something else instead of me losing the clutch.
Reyna garage. I can't plant cypher, you gotta move.
Of course, that doesn't mean that I don't give a shit in clutch scenarios. I do give a shit. I want to win them. It's just that, you know, I'm relaxed. You know, you should just be like, okay, it's okay to both lose it and win it. And I'm just thinking, you know, where the enemies are, where I saw them, how can I outplay them with positioning, utility, etc, etc.
Enemy spotted.
Stunning for long.
All of these fights that his teammates are taking are such a stupid fights, man, in a 5 versus 2. Angry gorillas.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
We'll catch them.
Jets out.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Take what's useful.
Okay.
Reloading.
Okay. One huge tip. Whenever you see that your teammates are peeking in the mid area of the map, and whenever you see that your teammates are dry peeking the window, always use the flash for them. Always. It doesn't matter if you're playing in Radiant, Immortal, Platinum, like this peak is the most risky peak that you can do in Valorant. Especially when your mechanical skill is already not on the level of Radiant players. Like, basically, there's so many different off angles and so many different setups and positions that enemies can make here to surprise you and kill you. So, essentially, if I see that my Cypher with op is going for this, I am instantly ready with a Leer all the way up there. Bam. He could have died in a horrible way. Any goals for the next act? Yes, I have a goal. Do not kill myself. I'm just kidding. Here is the challenge for the next act. Next acts. But once again, like, we come to that problem where you're just way too passive. You're lurking and flanking a lot. In those lobbies, as a Reyna player, you essentially need to play more with your teammates.
The left.
At the end of the day, that is your job as a Reyna player. You know, like right now, you don't know what's going to happen with the Cypher, what's going to happen with the Jet, what's going to happen with the Fade, and you're risking your outcome of your rounds by a lot.
Okay.
Spike down, C.
Would what he is doing right now be okay if he was playing Killjoy or Cypher? It would be okay in some rounds. But this guy is lurking and flanking in the rounds when that doesn't make sense as well. Like, if you're playing a round where enemies are equal and half by, you don't want to lurk. You don't want to split. You don't want to play default. You want to play the S5 towards the same objective and abuse the economy advantage. Like, in this round, enemies have the Judges, Shorties, Buckies, I don't know, like, they have some shit economy. It's stupid to lurk.
One enemy remaining.
Reyna had a classic pistol. That I cannot really contribute to 60 FPS, you know, that shooting mechanic with Vandal, not gonna do it. Like, custom practice range, and this is what you should do. So here is one simple routine, very simple thing to fix this type of a problem. Like, when you have a problem with spray control and spray transfer with Phantom, Vandal, or any weapon, this is usually the best thing to do, like, to practice this. So, you go in a practice range, you go to the just a second. You go to the FN3, you go 100, strafe, on, done, start, and you put yourself in the middle of the, you put yourself here, you can play there as well, it doesn't really matter. Then, you initiate the spray onto one target body, and you're trying to transfer that spray onto the second target, while you're consistently moving around and, strafing as well. Just try to nail down that spray as best as you can, and try to get the better feeling of how to control the spray of different weapons. I mean, it was okay to go for the full spray with the Vandal, but, he could have controlled it 10 times better. Even with 60 FPS, I think that was doable.
Crash.
Anyways, why should you play on the side of the range so that you don't need to do the flicks when you're spray transferring? Like, if you're playing in the middle of the range, then the problem would be if the target spawns behind you, you cannot commit to the spray between two targets. Because when you kill the first target, you're not releasing your mouse button. You're basically holding your, initiating the spray on one target and transferring the spray onto the second. And you don't want to do a 180 spray flick, behind you. Stop lurking, man. Stop lurking. Play with the team. to be honest, like in these lobbies, you know, in gold and silver.
They have no idea how hard.
Just a second. To get back in the game. This is gold 2. So,
I will drain the life from our
in these lobbies, if you're already playing Reyna on Haven, I think it's a really good idea to support your teammates in main areas of the maps with a flash, and to just waste one flash for the for safety of your allies. Like if your teammates are peeking here, very rarely your teammates are going to have a good crosshair placement, and very rarely your teammates are going to do this or do some kind of a recon utility to engage the enemies. So it's completely fine to instantly do this type of a flash before your teammates even peek at that angle. When your teammates are pushing the mid from the window, doing this. When your teammates are pushing a main area of the map, you know, instantly doing this. Just to make sure that your teammates are not going to die from some kind of an operator, you know, off angle, any position essentially.
They will cover.
Enemy spotted C.
Alright, this
One
is
thing
where
about
we rotate.
Australian region in Valorant, a lot of people from OC say it's really bad and filled with boosters, etc. Yeah, Australian solo queue is fucked. Because you only have one server. Here, he actually heard the Omen.
My ult ready.
He heard the Omen pulling out his utility and doing the smoke. Like essentially, you can hear when the Omen is very close to you. You know, that shadowy sound. And, I mean, if I heard that, like, I would instantly flick left and kill that Omen. But anyways, he should have been clearing these angles a bit better. Also, when you're doing the Omen utility, pay attention on how close or how far away enemies are from you. Because they can hear you. Listen to this. You heard that, like, shadow shitty. So, now, when you're pushing the mid area of the map, let's say I was lurking and flanking here. Like, I always push the mid area of the map from the middle here. So that I'm not peeking this angle from here and this angle from here. It's always better to go in the middle of the stairs, clear this position, and then peek right from here and peek left from here.
They will cover.
Nice. Huge.
If this guy played with his teammates the whole attacker's half and supported his teammates with his life and utility, they would have been 10-1 minimum, bare minimum.
My ult ready.
Maybe they're not. No, they wouldn't even lose one round. Maybe. I didn't hear the sound. What do you mean? But here is the sound. Listen. Did you hear it?
Nice try.
Just slow push.
Charlatan SFX master.
Reloading.
Okay, that's not how you jump spot in Valorant. Like, man, listen. First of all, if you wanted to jump spot this area of the map, we do it like this, or we can do this as well. Or you can just cross from here, there, and do this. When I'm doing this, and when I'm doing this, my eyes are fully focused in this part of my screen. Up there where the join for coaching says. So that I get the info for my teammates where the enemies are, clearing this position from here and pushing forward. This, I don't know what the fuck was that.
They will cover.
Surprisingly good crosshair placement. Angle clearing needs to be much better. Commit to the angles. Make sure that you see every single pixel of the angle before you switch from that angle. Enemy can still be behind the box. Potentially.
I rotate over.
We need to do the Lear, do the Lear. Do the Lear. What I will do right now, before destroying that trip, I will do the Lear because I want Lear to support me. Because right now, he doesn't have time to pull out the Lear because enemy can peek from the tower and kill him. If he didn't have the jet, he would have been rested in pepperonis.
I'm blending for long. Or not for long, sorry. Just funny.
Can't use that.
Okay, Evan. Okay, Evan.
I don't know, guys. Like I cannot talk about this at all. Like the guy has 60 FPS. Like taking these long range gunfights with 60 FPS is horrible. Like I don't know. Like generally speaking, like playing Reyna on 60 FPS. Fuck it. Like play something else. Play Phoenix. Play Jet. Play I don't know. Like play Killjoy, Cypher, Omen. Play. I'm so sorry. Play Omen. Okay. Defender side of Haven, very, very simple. Once again, I said like that your primary focus on defense should be the A side, and we were discussing that at the start of this VOD review, in these notes that you see right here. And essentially, what you want to do on A side, what you want to do on Haven always in the first round is telling one of your teammates to play A long and to get the info on A main. And then to come back to support you in short. You're doing a shorty, classic, light shield. And with Reyna, I would buy the Devour. Then, I'm jiggling these weapons down there like this. Dropping the classic here. Doing this. And, essentially, I would just be waiting here for the enemies to come. Taking an easy kill. Dropping the classic. Doing the dismiss. And dismissing onto the bomb site. Definitely as a Reyna, on this map in solo queue, you cannot trust your teammates in the first round to defend the A site. If you lose the A site in the first round, retake is hell of a time. Losing the B site and C site is completely fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you get the point. And as a Reyna, playing a classic pistol with full utility in the first round, this guy is a Giga Chad, man. This guy really trusts his one-tap potential with classic. I don't know, man, like... If I already decide to play the B side with Reyna, I would go with a, Ghost and one more, Lear, and that's it. I mean, one more Dismiss. Devour. Is that the name of the ability? Devour.
Cypher's here.
Okay, I'm mid.
I reached Immortal last act. Is Radiant Grind worth it? To be honest, like, the first time you get Radiant, it's an ecstasy, man. I remember the first time I got Radiant, I was screaming on the stream. Like, I was so happy. But when you reach the Radiant for 20 times, the 20th time becomes, like, mental pain. Economy in this first round is trash, man. Like you cannot play classic with full abilities with Reyna.
Getting sight.
30 on K.
Bro, you stop baiting your teammates! Play with them a bit more. Enemies are pushing the B side. Stop lurking, stop flanking. What the fuck is this gameplay? If you just played with your teammates every round of this match, you would have had 10 times more impact.
K on Jet.
Can you explain what the Cypher was doing at the beginning of the round? Our Cypher? Our Cypher is... What our Cypher is doing here, he is trying to find the father that left him like 20 years ago. Yeah. Now he is being mentally ill. Now he is doing the sacred jump spotting technique of bronze players.
Enemy
Cypher's
spotted
here.
mid.
Okay.
And I think at some point, he will also push the enemies with only a shorty in the face. In a long-range gunfight.
Reloading.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's gonna pick 3 enemies with a shorty. And then he's gonna die. Very good. Very good gameplay. I like it. Very, very good strategy. It works sometimes. Not always. In Radiant, like, it's 100% win rate. 100% win rate. Like, bro. Like... What the fuck? He is trying to bait the enemies. He is trying to bait the enemies to come into the B side by doing this. Bro, I'm gonna unalive myself. And also, what he didn't do, he didn't save the classic pistol. He has only the shorty. I mean, if you already decide to play the shorty the first round, you need to like, you know, take the classic in the hands, get the shorty, so the classic stays on the ground. How the fuck can you retake the A side or C side with a Cypher with a shorty and cages?
They will cover.
I mean, it's possible, but... Oh, we win this round. That Cypher is on a whole different level. That Cypher is on a tippity top of the mountain, man. Like the guy... I don't know, man.
30 on KO on Jet.
Spike
I think the only guy that is worse than that Cypher is maybe Dr. Disrespect playing Phoenix, man. Like, literally.
down B. One enemy remaining. My ult flash.
Beautiful.
Beautiful! Beautiful. Oh yeah, the sacred economy of gold players. I'm gonna buy a light shield. I'm gonna buy a light shield and play with a ghost in a second round, because I can definitely trust that my teammates are gonna damage the enemies, and that we're gonna play on a refresh potential. In gold, you win the first round. Second round is always a full buy. Right now, Spectre heavy shield, Vandal light shield, I don't know, Bulldog heavy shield, anything. Don't play the classic with a light shield. You know, what the fuck? And as I said before, you cannot play this angle without the double bait potential. Like, you need to have someone to bait for you. But some pros play with Ghost in VCT in second round too. Yes, they play. Are you playing in VCT? Didn't think so. But the guy is playing with that side. Like, Encore, man, you're comparing VCT with this Cypher. I mean, yeah, Carmine Corp and Scream are shit right now, but they are not that bad. Come on, Nivera isn't trolling that much. A bit.
KO knife is A.
Bro knows.
This Cypher should be in VCT.
I'll launch it.
New Carmine Corp player, man.
A as well. Spike down.
Spike down A.
1-4.
Bro, like I'm really sad for Carmine Corp, like, but I believe it or not, I played with Scream like in a few tournaments, like in CS:GO, and generally, like, you know, we played in FPL as well, and on Face It. Scream is terrible IGL. I don't know, like, you know, I like the guy, I like the playstyle, I like the confidence, but the Scream is fucking trash can IGL. Like I don't know who in the right mind was like, you know what? Let's give the Scream IGL role. Put the guy on the Reyna, on the I don't know, say on give the Scream a rifle and let him play.
Or 60 Reyna. She's sewer.
Spike's long or spike's down. I get to
Also, very sacred mistake of gold players. Don't hunt the kills, please. Like, literally, if you're 4 versus 2, don't die. This is the moment of time where you should turn on that passive gameplay that you have. Like, this is the moment of time where you should be like, okay, I don't need to push anymore. I don't need... Like, this guy is doing everything vice versa. In the rounds where he should be aggressive, he's passive. In the rounds where he's passive, he should be aggressive. Chill now. We are 4 versus 2. We don't need the kills. We just need to make sure that all of these 3 monkeys are living a happy life and that we are closing this round completely. This gunfight, completely unnecessary.
Spike's long, or spike's down.
Oh, they're gonna lose it. Yep, yes sir.
10 seconds. Spike planted.
Such a stupid loss. Like these type of rounds are exactly the rounds that you should never lose in ranked solo queue. And these type of rounds you can control to 100%. Okay, maybe not 100%, but 90% of consistency. Like 90% of these rounds you can prevent from ending up like this.
My bad.
Always focus on the team play when you have high numbers advantage. Like 4 versus 2 is a very, very high numbers advantage. You don't need to push the enemies. You don't need the map control. Just play on the numbers. Aha, so we saved in the last round. And we have money to buy 1, 2, 3, 4 guns. And in this round we are saving again. Very good economy management. Love it. If VCT players do this economy management, higher win rate. Buy, man, like buy in this round, like buy the Vandal and Light Shield with a shorty. It's fine. You have higher potential winning. Unless you want to play Operator in the next round. In this round, you're buying a Vandal with a Light Shield and shorty. And then you have money for both rounds to play them with the Vandal, shields, and shorty. And utility. Even if your teammates are saving, if you have extra credits, invest them in something that is better than a Light Shield and Stinger. At least Heavy Shield, if nothing else, and Stinger.
A couple of them see.
To be honest, he might get a kill here. For the first time, this might pay off. That Cypher is somewhere here, huh? Enemy Cypher is lurking somewhere, man. Cypher is watching that flank, bro. Cypher is maybe there. He needs to clear every angle right now. Even though in this scenario, it would have been much better if he supported his teammates on the C. And if he played with them and did the flashes. But no, a Cypher can be anywhere. Okay, now we see the Cypher. Now we can go on the site. You see all the enemies on the minimap. Go on C. That was so close. He needs to pull the gun out. Why? Because he didn't see the Omen on the minimap. Omen can be anywhere right now. He can be there, in the cubby. When you're doing these lurks and flanks, your whole focus is clearing the angles properly and looking at the minimap. There's nothing else to worry about. Like, you're going up, down, up, down, up, down.
Spike planted.
He needed to clear left position. Omen can knife him.
One enemy remaining.
I love this. I love this. He should have overhealed there. He should have used the Devour there to go to 150 health points. And that peak was the best peak he did this whole game. Like, loved it.
Let's go.
We need to literally take him out.
Okay. Very good. Let's see how he's gonna play this. I don't know. Operator on 60 FPS, 60 refresh rate. God help you. Personally, I think even I wouldn't hit the shots with 60 FPS and 60 refresh rate with op. It's okay to try, but with this low FPS and with such a low refresh rate, you want to treat this disadvantage as you're playing on a high ping. So you need to hold a bit wider angles and a bit wider positions.
Get out of my way! Cutting their vision.
Jet there.
Enemy A.
She ulted, so probably smokes A.
Listen. So, you don't need to wait for the full animation of Omen Shrouded Steps to complete. Like, basically, Omen animation of Shrouded Steps is a two-part process. So, you know, like, you know, you have the moment of time where the shadow is forming, like this. And basically, you have around like 0.5 or 1 second to shoot at that shadow when Omen is unable to move. So, here.
Smoke say.
As soon as you see the red Omen appearing in the shadow, you can shoot. Already here, he could have taken a shot. So when Omen is doing a Shrouded Steps, you can start shooting at the Shrouded Steps as soon as you see the red, you know, the Omen outline actually appearing in that Shrouded Steps.
Reloading.
Oh. I think. Sorry, maybe that.
My ult's ready.
120 KO long.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know. That's hard with op. That's hard with, you know, 60 FPS with op. I don't know. I would not recommend you to use the op. Like, basically, when you have such a disadvantage, you need to treat it as in the same way that you would play with high ping. That's how you want to play with 60 FPS. You want to peek the enemies. You want to engage the enemies aggressively. You want to prioritize playing, you know, a bit wider angles. Like, it's impossible to catch these pixel angles and pixel positions.
I'll handle this.
Yo, Yasin, welcome to man. Operator on 60 FPS is pain. It's pain, definitely.
I know exactly where you are.
I don't know if you know what Cypher Ultimate does, but it reveals you. And you have a smoke in front of yourself. And right now you can die in a horrible pain if you stay in this position. We need to take some cover. Once again, when the Cypher Ultimate revealed him, he needed to change his position. Enemies already know your spot. Whenever Cypher is revealing you, like, you know, you want to instantly switch your positions. Like, enemies know your location, surprise them from a different angle with a different type of peek. Here, his head is gonna fly away from his shoulders, probably. Maybe he's gonna be lucky with a shot, I don't know.
Spike planted.
Pathetic.
In this range, it doesn't make sense to ADS. Like, when he took that gunfight, like, in this range, you need to play with a hip fire. Anyways, right now, you know, why minimap awareness is so important. Like, right now, your Jet has such a great flank and lurk. There is absolutely no reason for you to pick a single gunfight before the Fade and Jet are ready to execute the site. Right now, I would just be being chilling in the garage, maybe poking the enemies a bit from some safer position, you know, like maybe I would be playing something like this, you know, like just chilling here and doing something like this, you know, a few shots, penetrating the wall, jump spotting the enemies, and that's it. Your job is done. You're waiting for them to make the sandwich of the enemies.
One enemy remaining.
Back right.
Minimum of awareness is fucking him up. Like, if you want to play on 60 FPS, we need to improve that. You need to pay more attention up there, so that you can have better crosshair placement and better understanding of which angles you need to clear and which angles you do not need to clear.
Bro, safe. Buy shield jet.
This is very good. What he's doing right now is a very good angle holding. But on 60 FPS and for a gold player, That's really hard to hit, but it's okay to practice. And anyways, when you're playing the A site like alone, you always want to play in the A long, safely getting the information for your team and making sure that your teammates can rotate fast to help you out. You never want to start your rounds on A, even if you're playing at close range weapons. You should never start your rounds, you know, all the way at the back side on the tower or here. You always want to start here if you're alone on the A side, gather this information, and then rotate on some other spot or position, whatever.
Are they on you right now?
Can I climb to Diamond alone? I mean, if I reach Radiant alone 20 times, you can climb to Diamond definitely. Like,
Cutting their vision.
isn't that a pre-fire position? Yes, it's a pre-fire position, but that's why you should never hold it statically. Like, there's two ways how you hold the A long. Like, three ways. With Operator, or with a one-tap weapon like Marshall, you're always holding it like this. Holding the right side here, the right swing, and holding like this. Catching the enemies there, killing them. If you're holding that location with Vandal, Bulldog, I don't know, Phantom, you're always pulling yourself from the wall as far away as possible. Jiggle picking this angle, trying to kill the enemies like this, getting the fuck out, repositioning. Or you can just hold a pixel angle like this, try to gather information, and try to get back. Generally speaking, on Haven on A site, the worst thing that you can die, or the worst thing that you can do, is committing to some kind of a stupid 50-50 gunfight in this area of the map when you're playing alone. Because if you die, the A site is free for the enemies, and you know your teammates are probably gonna lose that round. It's better to prioritize safety and to pick better fights.
Watch out, Fade.
This is something that I cannot fix for you. Like, you know, once again, FPS problems.
Reloading. Reloading.
Cypher's top window.
Or if you can aim, you can take 3 heads on a long. Trust me, like, when you reach Radiant, when you reach already Immortal lobbies, you will see that everyone is almost on the same mechanical level. Like, basically, from Immortal 3, aim doesn't work anymore. Like, everything is about, you know, utility usage, communication, team play, like that. Wolfie Power, thank you all for the tier 1 sub, baby! Much love, man. Much love. I'm doing your VOD review, I think, on Sunday, right?
KO.
That is why so many players are hard stuck in Immortal, like in Valorant, like, and then almost never reach Radiant, or it takes them way too much time, because they get to Immortal by purely by raw aim, and then when team play is important, utility usage, game knowledge, and understanding the proper fights to pick, they're absolutely useless.
KOC.
Even when they're match MVP, like, they don't do the proper job. I was explaining this position, I think, like 10 rounds ago. So I think there is no reason to explain this again. I think I already talked about this, like how you want to play this spot. Generally, when you're alone in the garage, this should never be your primary position. Never. Okay, very interesting VOD, I must say. Like, you know, even though this guy is gold, it was a Reyna on Haven. I think we covered a lot of interesting topics today, like that I didn't speak about before on my streams. So yeah, do you have any questions, chat? Now it's time for you to shine. It is time for the Q&A with Papito. Can I hire coaching if I speak Spanish? As long as you understand me, it's fine. I always take my time in the coaching sessions to explain the players, like what they should do to properly explain myself. So yeah. Is Cypher rank Metal 1? Bro, like, Cypher is next level. You just cannot comprehend his big brain mentality. Like, how often should you play with your team as Reyna versus Lurking? 90% of the times, probably you should play with your team. Is it okay to send in a VOD if you don't have a microphone? It's fine. I don't care at the end of the day. Like, anyways, in ranked solo queue, you know, players are not even speaking. Like, your communication should just be a very basic level of communication. What you see, what you're doing, where you want your team to go, end of the story. Tell them to push A, tell them to push B, tell them if you need some kind of a utility, smokes. You don't need to recorrect them a bit and that's it. Like, it doesn't need to be VCT strategies. Is 60 FPS okay for VOD review if I buy coaching? Yes, sir. It's okay. It's fine. I mean, this guy has 60 FPS and a very low PC, but he can improve a lot of the things in his gameplay. That is not only mechanics. Is playing the game the only way to improve your movement? I'm new to the game. Playing the game, you can practice the movement in the practice range, deathmatch, custom server. You have multiple solutions. Does this butterfly knife change the colors when you inspect? Yes, but it is random. And the chances are, if I remember correctly, the chances are 0.001%. What do you think of Jimmy Jammy? Jimmy Jammy these nuts? I don't know Jimmy Jammy, bro. Is there a way to make my Prime sub resub every month? I think it's gonna be renewed. Why didn't you answer me, Charlatan? What did you ask? Are you still taking the VOD on? Because I'm working at 2904. Wolfie Power, I'm gonna review it, I'm gonna post it on YouTube and you can watch it later. And you can ask me the questions after the VOD review. Okay, guys. I think we are done for today. We played 3 very interesting matches on my main account. From tomorrow, we are finally doing the Unranked to Immortal series with every single agent. It's gonna be coaching plus gameplay. Like, after every game, I'll talk about, you know, why did I do the stuff, how do I do the stuff, explain my plays completely, showcase you some tips and tricks on the map, like, that you can implement. I'll be building a playbook for you. I'll be showcasing you how to master that agent, everything that you need to know about that agent, and I think for every agent, we're gonna spend at least 50 to 60 hours on that agent. In one act, I plan to do 2 agents. I think I have time for that, like 2 months, 2 agents, possible. And the first 2 agents in the next act are gonna be Jet and Omen, because they are my main agents and I need to cover them first. How many swift play or unrated games is good in a day to improve? Depends how much time you have. Like, I mean, you can play 20 swift plays and unrated. How can you guess my rank? Listen, guys, when it comes to the guess the rank, contact the Frost via the private Discord messages. If the Frost doesn't respond, that means that it needs some time for him to check your clip. When he checks your clip, he's gonna tell you, hey man, your clip is added in the next Guess My Rank. Okay? He has 100 plus messages and he's trying to read through all of them, and just be patient. Do you have any guide for movement? Yes, sirski. Okay, guys. Join my Discord server to get notified when I'm going live. Subscribe on my YouTube channel. Regular videos are coming from tomorrow. I think I'm gonna post the first video. I finally hired like a YouTube video editor. I hired like 2 thumbnail designers, so the content is coming back on YouTube finally. On 100 subs, we're doing the live giveaways. I'm gonna spin the wheel and someone is gonna get something. I don't know, it's gonna be 10 Valorant points, 20 Valorant points, 50 Valorant points, tier 3 Discord sub, exclusive coaching program. And we're gonna do the giveaways live on the stream, only for the people in the chat. Okay? Now, when it comes to like free VOD reviews on every 50 Twitch subs, I'm gonna give 1 free VOD review on my Discord server. I love you all, boys. Take care. Right now I have a session with Ruben. And that's it. When? What when? What if the person that won already have the exclusive videos? Then we're gonna re-roll. We're gonna spin again. Jimmy Jammy is a Radiant Sky main. Oh, I know Jimmy Jammy, bro. I've seen some clips of him. I know who that is. I know who that is. Not bad. Not bad. Not a bad player. Aggressive Sky main. The giveaway, these giveaways, one more time, are gonna be when this counter hits 100. So on every 100 Twitch subscribers, I'm giving you something back. Because you deserve it. And on every 50 subs, you get a free VOD review as well. I think it's fair trade. Fair trade. Fair trade. You know? Okay. Let's rate someone. Let's give someone the love. Thank you all for coming today. And I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to start the stream tomorrow. But I'm going to try to be as early as possible for the... Because we need to play 5 unranked matches. Let's raid... Marcus? Let's raid Marcus. Marcus is popping off. Like, I don't know. He has... some people there. How do I rate people? Bro, professional streamer. Okay, guys. Love you all. Take care. And don't be boosted gorillas. I mean, you can be... We're all boosted gorillas sometimes. See ya, boys.
Once in a lifetime, life twice over. All these bitches thinking they hot till I smolder. All these bitches thinking they hot when I'm sober. All these bitches thinking they hot when I'm colder. Shaking off the rush to brush up my quota. It ain't hit the beat this way, man. I told you. Heated from the head to toe, I bipolar you. Oh no. You can't even see the plane. I got a tenant. You ain't seen the vision of your people. I can see them squinting me. I'm getting pulling with the heater. Cause the heater lifted. Told you I'm the coldest with the heater. Cause the lever rigid. See, I'll never see the benefit. But you gon' need a wicked hand to put your team into the negative to see the difference. Everybody speaking like they did it. But you need to zip it. See the digits every time I speak a sentence. People listen. You gon' turn me back to the old me, to a monster. I just wanted low key, old man shit. I just wanted more peace. Then you turn the peace on me. That was OD. Go take 13. That was on me. How you gonna flex on me? I'm the OG. Told me get on your level. That's a long leap. Power rules everything, bitch. That's the motif. Everybody said they running the seat. How you running when you gunning for me? Every time I stand and run for the seat. I ain't come to you. You up here with me. No games. Youngin', you don't wanna run it with me. No way. You should've stayed in your lane. We aren't the same. Forgot that I come from the slum. Forgot that I come from the street. Forgot that I come with the ones. Forgot that I come with the heat. Forgot that I run with the wolves. Know that I'm lazy and I run with the beast. Now you think you do it like me? No, can't nobody do it like me. No, no way. I don't need security, bitch. I got my feet up. This is my chair, and it ain't a